My name is Victor from Untapped Hip Hop, and
Renato, Nato, right here, New Age Athletics.
and today this is our brand new segment called KOS, Knowledge of Self.
Yeah.
So today's topics, we're going to talk about the new J. Cole album, Kanye's slavery remarks, comments.
Hey, what's up,
And that's just D. Will in the background.
Steve Skicks is watching.
Hey, since he's the first person to tune in, we can get him to be the first special guest.
Yep, we should message him later.
We'll message you later.
And then our
If you got
last
any questions during the subject, feel free to ask and I'll holler at them and let them have them answer in real time for you.
cool. And then our last topic.
Childish Gambino.
Yep. And his recent
Music.
video, This Is America.
This is America.
So with that being said, let's go right into it.
Yeah. KOD, Kids on Drugs. What was your first take on it?
I mean, I'm a real stickler when it comes to hip hop, and I mean, I've gone back and forth with a few people. I mean, I don't doubt J. Cole's skills as an MC or as a lyricist. I mean, it's definitely there, but for me, particularly, it's hit and miss for me. I mean, for a good example is like, I mean, there's some songs that I really vibe with and I'll just download, but I have yet to download a whole album from him.
Ooh, like as in like his past recent albums?
Like his whole discography, like I want to say like his debut, like nothing, zip. I didn't even download.
Which is his debut album again? The Sideline Story.
The Sideline Story.
Yes.
Yeah, Sideline. I didn't even touch it.
You didn't like Can't Get Enough with Trey Songz?
Nope.
Not even that. Oh, you're not gonna like In the Morning with Drake, huh?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Like anything, like for me, like anything that has like trendy beats and just like with those particular artists, which it's just another particular discussion on that. Like those is just a turn off for me. Like I'm more driven with content, and that's he progressed as an artist and as an MC. When he started doing more content driven and started understanding the term hip hop, that's when some of his songs became more interesting to me.
When do you think he got there?
I want to say Forest Hill Drive.
I think that was probably that's his best album in my opinion.
Yeah, Forest Hill Drive. And I think when Kendrick made those comments, some people says it is, but it's just a comment. When he made those comments on the one song with I believe it was with Big Sean, that's when J. Cole started to like, okay, I need to step it up. I need to take it more serious. And even his song like 1985, he mentioned like, yo, I was young, you know.
Yeah.
We were all young.
I think that's one thing I really appreciate about J. Cole the most is he's willing to admit the fact that when he was at that age, he was doing the same thing. And I think a lot of people forget at that age we were not. I'm not saying. I mean, I was probably doing the same shit. We were messing around doing things we shouldn't have done. I mean,
Right.
I think when you're that young of an age, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, that's what you kind of do because that's the world we're lived in. That's in our environment. You hear it in the music, our influences. Majority of the music we listened to growing up, that's all we heard. Well, I mean, growing up, I wasn't too like heavy to like the old school hip hop where it was like the educational aspect. It was more the mainstream, and you had the influences of Lil Wayne rapping what Lil Wayne always rapped about, and all these other Rick Ross, you know, the guys you see in the mainstream aspect that are rapping about the drugs, the partying, the woman, the glamour of hip hop. And then I think now we have the outcome where we have it's glorified, it's put on a pedestal. And I think I was scrolling through Instagram earlier, and I think J. Cole was just getting interviewed, and he was talking about what's glorified of the magnitude of financial gain, how we praise that so high. And I didn't really get too much in the interview because I knew we had to do this, so I didn't want to get lost in that.
Yeah, and especially going into that, like a lot of people are, I guess, what's the word? Groomed into thinking like social status is a term I guess what's the word? I guess a stamp of success, and like going back into like, I mean, to my age, like, I mean, I initially thought like, you know, when I was young, like, oh, this what it means to be successful, you know, just with, you know, the party, you know, the glorifications, the glamorizing, and as you get older and mature, you realize like none of that stuff is, you know, materialistic. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't, and I think I forgot what album. I think it was Born Sinner, where he has that song where he makes a whole thing about buying a chain, and I forgot what album it was, but he did a great job of saying like this is all he wanted. He was like, he spent this money on this chain, and I love how he just always talks about the vanity aspect of his life, and that's one thing I do appreciate about J. Cole. He's always upfront about what he's done and how he I guess regrets that, and now he's changing everything. And I think that's what happens with age. Like you said, you progress and realize that the vanity that we live in is not really where the wealth is. Once you get mature and old and realize what's really valuable around you. But
Yeah.
Well, you made a comment about how he was more, I guess he cultivated more of the sound that was going on now, production wise, beat wise. Do you think that was the issue?
I think that was my issue when I glanced through the album. I was like skipping through tracks like within like 5 seconds. I was like, no.
Very trap beat.
Yeah, very trap beat. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for me. So when I heard those, you know, initial beats, I was like, nah. And a lot, there's some things like critiques that I also agree with some of the people in his last album, which I believe came out last year.
Last year, I think.
Yeah.
That album was so like not irrelevant, but it was just so like after Forest Hills Drive, it was like
yeah. Like when there was the hype where it's like, oh, it's only 10 songs. That means it's got to be good. And when I heard it, I was like, oh.
The Exchange,
okay.
The Bryson Tiller Exchange beat, I was like, why? What was that album called?
For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only. Yeah. I mean, I get that what he was trying to do, but it was just kind of like after you hear Forest Hills Drive.
Hey, what's up?
Who is it now?
The homie from Spain does photography in the last issue.
Oh, really? That's tight. What's up, man? How we went from like talking about he has a crown, this and this and this, all of a sudden we just got that album. I forgot what it was called again. For Your Eyes Only. It was just like, what happened?
Yeah, like I felt like some of the songs in that album was rushed. And Son kind of narrowed it down like real good. I felt like, to me, the production was mediocre compared to his previous albums where I know he can push himself further. This one's more like, okay, I'm gonna get this song out, get this album out.
And just put it out there. Even The Thought made a comment. He's saying he felt as if this album was even rushed too. KOD. He felt like it was just like, I feel like, I mean, my thing is, I feel like I think when you're at a point in your career like J. Cole's been, when you're just constantly, he's not constantly putting out work, but when you spend over 10 years in the game, do you feel like he got in the comfort zone where he was like, I'm J. Cole, I have a huge fan base and I have a loyal fan base, I'm just going to put this out there?
No, I feel like he's pressured where it's like, oh shit, it's time for me to put out a new album. And what people are gonna vibe to the contest or what's expected from my fans. You know, and keep in mind, KOD did break streaming records too.
It did, and that's why. So someone made a comment saying that J. Cole fans make them cringe. And if you watch this video, he's gonna know who it is. I just want to say his name.
What up, black guy?
I think it's dope when you have a huge fan base where they ride or die. Is that a bad thing or a good thing to the game of hip hop as a whole? It could be a bad thing.
I agree.
Because it's like we're being okay with what he put out. I think when The Weeknd, I know it's not J. Cole, but I think when The Weeknd put out Starboy, it went to a complete different ballpark. And in my head, I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about this. But then you realize there's so many just fans who are like die hard, and like it's a good thing for the artist himself. But I think as in how they go, it's like they're gonna reach that ceiling faster, because that hunger that I need to get it because my fans want more, my fans are expecting more, or my fans are just they like this because my stamp's on it. Because I'm J. Cole, I'm gonna give you this, and bam. Have you seen any of the music videos?
I've seen bits and clips of the one music video where he ripped out his arm and a leg to get the car.
Well, what's that song called? Count it, right? Is that song?
I believe it's ATM.
ATM, yeah.
KOD,
Yeah, ATM.
discussions
Yeah.
about
What'd
J. Cole's
you
album.
think about that music video?
I love the music video.
I think he did a great job of capturing the whole essence of what he tried to do with the song. And that's why I feel like with this whole project, I think, yeah, I agree, some of it hits or miss, but I think he did a phenomenal job in capturing the essence of where hip hop is in a state of vanity, where it's like been and we've seen it, it's always been that. It's been that since like Lil Wayne's time, Snoop Dogg's time. It's been that. It's been the gold chains, it's been the glamour, it's been the money, it's been the woman. And I think J. Cole did a good job of putting emphasis on how people are so memorized by it when he's going through the sky and he has the kids and it's $1 bill and they're all looking up and their eyes are drawn in it. Even J. Cole, when he's driving the car, how you said, he gives up an arm and a leg just to get the car, and they're driving, they're almost out of gas, and somehow, obviously it's a music video, they go up and he's literally about to give out in gas, but he tries to get the dollar. Next thing you know, the car falls apart, they're on the ground, he's dead, but the dollar just falls next to him. And I'm like, damn, that's deep.
Yep.
Like this week it connected to Kanye, the whole idea of still being slaves. It's like, is that all we care about? The dollar symbol? Because then it's like, well, then why are we living when we're just trying to get that dollar? I think that's not great. I think he did a good job of capturing that, and I think 1985 was I hope he makes a dope video for 1985. That'd be tight.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That was the one song where I initially this was a song I had to download.
Yeah, 1985 I think was him. I think 1985 was him really being J. Cole. It was him being like Prophet. The other song he has called Prophets, I think, the False Prophets.
Welcome to the chat.
And I think 1985 was great on all levels because it's in my opinion, I don't think it's a diss track.
No, it's not.
Far
It's
from a
just
diss track.
it's addressing the issues, just like Public Enemy's 1994 track, What You're Gonna Do Now. Like initially when you first listen, it makes it sound like Chuck D is dissing the gangster rappers. No, he's just addressing the current state of rap music at that time.
It's like we need.
Or go to finish your statement.
It's like we need. I always tell people hip hop needs a father figure, and I think J. Cole with 1985 really did what a father figure would. Was I'm gonna point your flaws out, but I'm gonna congratulate you and tell you how you could do better, not just for you, but for your family, for your future, and for those around you. Because what I loved about what he said, I love to see another black man get paid. And I think that was probably the biggest aspect of the song. He pretty much said, the white people want to be you, and this is how they feel like they're you, but I love that you're getting paid doing this. And I respect the fact that you're having fun. And I think that was very powerful for him to say that.
Yeah.
And I think I saw the videos where he's at his concert and everybody's saying, fuck Lil Pump, and he's like, nah. Like he stopped them from saying that, and I think that really just shows his character, who he is as an individual.
Jump into the next subject.
Oh God! Oh, Kanye West.
Kanye K.
Oh man,
Mr. West, right?
Mr. West. Shoot. He's always been outspoken. Since he's been into the music, I'm a big fan of his music, man. I'm a big fan.
Okay, music aside.
What he said.
The current state and the person.
It's I'm rooting for him, but I'm rooting for him. I think somewhere inside of him, he's battling something. He's got what he's wanted his whole entire life. So I mean. To a certain extent.
He's worked for everything, though.
No, that's what I meant. That's what I mean. Like, he's worked for literally everything he has. And I tell people I cannot, what's up, Jessica? I cannot lend a valid opinion on what's going on with Mr. West right now because first and foremost, I don't know half the shit he's been through as a human being, let alone an artist. And I think people need to understand that because when you're in rooms full of people that are on a whole different wavelength, your mind's going to change. Your mind will probably be altered so many times without him being consciously aware of it. And I think that needs to be into consideration because when you're on that level of pedestal of influence, you're going to be around people who are very influential. And I think that's something that we need to take in consideration when we do talk about Kanye. It's a very sensitive subject. I was at Camarillo Valley College and I have a poem that really talks about Kanye West and Donald Trump and the issues that's going on right now. And I think what he said, I have a hard time really talking about it because first and foremost, I don't know how it feels to have family members who were slaves. So I really can't. I feel like I'm out of place to say it because like me.
El Salvador, right?
Yeah, well, if you really want to go there, because slaves were sold to El Salvador in the 1900s, right? Something like that. Mm-hmm. So they could be to a point, maybe my ancestors were slaves. I mean, technically speaking, our ancestors were all slaves, yeah. Mm-hmm. Who made this comment about slavery actually being a choice? Was it, Kanye and someone else, Lupe Fiasco, said that slavery was a choice because it was either slavery or death. And when death happened, we were taught that we go to our ancestor on the ancestry plane. We detach from our body and our soul goes to that plane. But what Lupe said was the whites would decapitate and slit their limbs and bone, the whole body to give the fear of your separation into the afterlife. Kanye made a good point and I agree with him. It's like, when do we stop talking about it and actually start doing something different? And I think when a lot of people, one thing about the TMZ interview that I don't agree with, we don't know if they altered any of it.
No,
we don't.
He went on there live.
Oh, he was actually live. I didn't see it.
He walked on to the.
Oh shit! It was actually a live thing.
And
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. And one thing that Mosenrath had pointed out too, and I like this, was when the other gentleman in the Rhymecology shirt, shout out to Jay Walker, he knows who that is. He said, in my reality, and I think Kanye West had pointed that out, was your perspective, that is your reality that you're grounded in.
But like the other, I forgot his name, but like that's not just his reality. That's
everybody's reality, and that's the thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
A minority. It's a minority reality. We're all being altered because of what Kanye West is saying. You're quiet.
Oh no! I just wanted to let you finish your discussion.
I was like, it's a sensitive subject. It is, and I think, are we talking mental slavery? Because I think Yeezus, I think he went on that about how we are the leaders, we are the new slaves, and I think we still are slaves because we're being controlled in one way or another. I think through media, through multiple platforms. It's not through chains anymore. It's more advanced. It's more, do we want to call it the Matrix or do we want to call it mind control? What do we want to call it now? Do we call it through subconsciously things that are out there? Because the subconscious mind is very powerful. Half the time we don't know what we're picking up. When we watch TV, whoever does watch TV, they don't know what they're really watching. There might be some messages there that are there. Like, I really don't like to watch TV because I'm digesting so much at one point that half the time I don't know what I'm digesting. I don't like to listen to the new wave of music because I don't want to be trapped in that. I don't want to be trapped in the trap. I don't want to be trapped in that realm of that area.
And that's my argument with his comments. I mean, I do get what he was talking about, and just by the term of slavery he used, but he said it poorly.
Yes, and I think he did say it poorly.
Because a lot of people immediately thought, like, oh, slavery is a choice. Then what my argument is to Kanye was, like, did you live back in that era? Like, did you know?
Not poorly, though. Like, slavery is a choice. I don't think there's no way to say
your mind is being enslaved.
But I think, that he should have said, then it should have been, But it's hard. Like that's the thing, and I think
he should have been more clear than just flat out just Kanye be Kanye. He's like,
well,
slavery was a choice.
Well, then at the same time, like everybody was attacking him, he really didn't have an opportunity to really like. It was a hostile moment. Like it was a bam.
But it was a hostile moment that he created, though.
That I agree.
He created.
Like I think he knew. Like,
he knew what he was getting
Kanye's
into.
calculating, man.
That's why I have faith in him, because there has to be a reason for it. There's something either that he might be brainwashed into doing, or is he just like so aware of what's going on that he's been having this master plan for so long that we're finally seeing manifest in front of our eyes. That's like, oh shit, Kanye, what are you really doing?
Yeah.
It's either that, or I think he's burnt down opioids.
Yeah. Well, he might be. I mean, if we want to talk about his last song that he released, I was kind of like, scoopity doop, doopity doop. And I was like, ooh. But you know what was ironic about that? I saw. What was that?
Kind of grows on you.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. And in the other song he has with Schoolboy Q, I wasn't really saying, but she was playing with the flow though. You was listening to the flow. Though. And I think Kanye West got to a point where he realized, I'm Kanye West. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want because I'm Kanye West, and he's always been that. And what not scared me is just it shows the power of Kanye West. I think he's really the most influential person that we have ever seen in our generation. And he deserves the right to be compared in his own right to Walt Disney and all that, because he's done something that no one can. And I think when he put that song out, ironically speaking, there was an actual person who has a lot of Instagram fame and hype who danced to the music, who danced to that song. And I was like, that's probably what Kanye West is doing, proving a point. You're putting out garbage, I'm going to put out more garbage, but yeah, it's just going to be more popping because I'm Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
The last subject.
Childish Gambino. This is America.
Yeah, I think that was what was ironic. It's like right when Kanye made that comment, that's when I want to say like a few days later, Charles.
Literally 2 days.
Yeah,
I think he made that video.
Do you think he made it afterwards?
I definitely think he made that video afterwards. Because what does it take, like 2 days to make a video?
If you really push it.
I think you push it. Well, I think with Childish is with his he's talented. It's not complex.
Yeah, it's simplistic.
And to mention, it's not a heavily altered video.
It's not.
It looked like just like it might. It's not even a single shot video because there's obvious cuts.
Oh yeah.
But I think
he's a smart person.
Kanye created a wave,
mm-hmm.
and as an artist, he's seen that. He's like, this song. I think the song really did mean something.
It did.
But
the music video meant a lot more.
A lot more.
And I think that's the beautiful thing about Childish Gambino. We'll just focus on the music video. Let's not talk about his music. I think he's a talented person. I think he's probably one of the most creative individuals we're the next generation that's going to see, because he's written so much. And
I believe this is supposed to be his last album.
It is. He said he's after his last album he's retiring.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Atlanta check.
Yeah, shit, you're good for the rest of the day. I think that I didn't digest. I saw the music video, and I'm working on my solo stuff right now too. One thing I get heavily influenced because my poetry side comes in with the social injustice issues. And I love what he did. I love every aspect of it all, because first of all, this is America. How we start, this is America, and how he just broke everything down.
It starts with that tribal beat.
Yes, mm-hmm. And that's what I think. However anybody wants to say America is not white culture, it's so influenced by other cultures, and I think people need to swallow that pill already and understand that. America is not it. America is pride. America loves other cultures, especially black cultures, yet they won't admit it.
Yep.
They already came out with a parody.
Bro, okay, look.
Yeah, I couldn't watch that.
Everybody who was doing the wrong were people minority. And now it's like, okay, so here's the propaganda, here's the negative side of it. This was the reality. This is what Childish Gambino was. Now we got a white person who is taking away the power of what was really going on, what the message was. Now it's like, okay, you ruined it. You
Yeah,
took.
I couldn't even watch the video. I just looked at the
I wanted
article
to
and I
watch
was
it.
like,
I wanted to watch it
can
because
watch
I
it.
wanted to see what she did. I wanted to.
I just saw I saw Desus and Mero. They did clips of it, and like when I saw those clips, my brother always said something that made me giggle. Where he's like, "Yeah, man, white people love taking black stuff and ruining it."
They do.
I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
They do. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because they.
And that just really sold it to me.
It's and then I mean it's and then I have homies who are white, and I love my homies who are white, who are consciously aware of this, who pay homage and respect it, because too many people are letting this slide, and it's not fair to label like every white person as somebody who does this.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing with trying white people labeling every minority as somebody who does something wrong, and I think that was uncalled for because it's black
like
culture.
You're poking fun of a serious issue.
She saw a wave and decided to write
To write it.
You pretty much took like
Post Malone, Miley Cyrus. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Post Malone's the hottest MC out right now.
You know, Post Malone's actually gonna be at EDC,
Yeah.
and I man,
He's the hottest MC in.
I can't. I purposely missed this Coachella set.
But going back to Childish Gambino, just someone made a comment on social media where they said that Childish Gambino is an embodiment that Kanye wished that he was.
Mm-hmm.
And when I forgot what I was doing that morning, but like I saw clips of the video, like everybody just posting on social media, and it was a music video in that magnitude that hasn't come out in a while, in a long time. Just some of the videos that I glanced over, like they just had the same formula, and then Childish Gambino, like when he made that video, I was like, there we go.
We needed.
It was like
Yeah.
it made you cringe and it made you appreciate what he was saying.
And just some of the messages, like it's one of those videos where you have to watch it multiple times.
You have to
like,
dissect that shit.
If you watch it one time, I commend you. I really commend you. But it's definitely for like just anybody else. Like you have to watch it multiple times because there's different messages.
A lot of messages.
Just the poses that he made. Even though when he made that one face, like it's the face for Jim Crow, but me and David and I agree. Like when I initially first saw it, when he made that face, I thought it was like an internal struggle, like he's selling out and just being real. I thought it was an internal struggle.
And that's what I got a lot from that music video. First and foremost, was him, the artist himself, at that point, selling out, but still trying his best to stay with Donald Glover versus Childish Gambino. And I think that was great because it was a personal struggle, because that song was so different to what he's used to doing, what I'm used to hearing.
Yeah. Cause
I've been a fan of his music for a minute, and like when I heard that video,
It threw me off.
it relit the fire that I like about Childish Gambino, because he dropped some hitters.
He does. He can't, because he's so fucking talented at writing. And I think more and more of this music video needs to be talked about, and who knows, maybe he sets off a wave of the next, because technically speaking, who is the next quote unquote genius we have?
right, like who's gonna be inspired next? Yeah, even like just with the end, how the video ended, like
How did it end
it's
again?
a takeaway. It's him running, but it's supposed to be a message like, no, we're running for our lives from America, especially like what's going on again, unfortunately.
I think it was needed at the end of the day. I pray that I just pray it leaves a deeper mark, and I hope it's just not something we overlook. Meaning that it's just gone here today, gone tomorrow.
Another trendy video.
Yeah, and that's what it's gonna be that.
It's made an impact.
It is.
It's not going to be a trendy video, but I don't think.
Does it last the sands of time?
I think it is.
I think it is.
Because if you listen to it, it's a simple song.
Very
And
simple.
Some of the simplest
The
songs.
most simple lyrics ever.
Just like Killing in the Name from Rage.
Yeah.
Simple lyrics.
And the fact that there's not really time. It's not a time stamped
Song. There's
You know,
really
it's-
nothing on there that
that makes
dictates
it
what.
like, he doesn't mention anything about Trump. He doesn't mention anything about any they're depicted current events in there, but there's not any mention.
But everything's
Oh, yeah.
over a long period of time.
Exactly. So I think those are the songs and videos that really last, that stand the test of time, because it's like, you can watch this in 20 years and something similar could be happening. It'll still make its point. Same thing with certain movies.
That scares me. That's what really frightening.
That's what I love about certain artists. The fact that they don't timestamp their work. It's a timeless song. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Childish Gambino.
Creative genius. The album, the video is great. I myself will probably be rewatching it because I only watched it once, but I read up on it a little bit, and I got people around me who could break it down for me better than personally. I rather ask people I know personally to break it down for me than go online and just find some random people who are woke.
I hate that term.
Woke.
But it's a video that needed to come out. Like I mentioned earlier, it's one of those videos I haven't seen been done in a long time in terms of content, and where it's become where almost every artist that I glance over has the same formula, the same video. There's no storytelling. It's just stuff that I can't relate to, stuff that I consider that's meaningless. But going into what you said, like when I saw the video, when I heard the song, I was surprised. Like, whoa, this is not Chance Gambino.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, well, keep going.
You're like, what just happened, Childish?
Yeah. And we're like going into the comment that we talked last Saturday when Erykah Badu posted on her social media. She's like, "You're not childish no more." And, on a serious note, I mean,
Subscribe, homie.
yeah. And then as far as like our social media page, you can find us at Untapped Hip Hop. Just like, subscribe, especially our YouTube channel. There's a lot of gems in there that are going in there.
A lot of gems. I'm on there a few times. You're gonna see my face a lot. I hope you don't mind, because I'm gonna be here a lot.
Be a poster boy there on top.
I feel like, I don't want to say I feel like I kind of am, but sometimes I feel like I kind of am. I'll take it. I like it. You can find me at I am New Age Takeover, and you can follow us on New Age Athletics. Follow the movement. We're working with a lot of IE artists, actually getting them in shape. Hopefully this changes the culture. Make hip hop healthy on all levels. Thank you guys for watching this. Follow us, and let's talk about real things that are actually relevant, not other shit. Bye.
Be back next month.
Peace.
Peace.